Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 34. It's a Monday, as it always is, and the world is getting infected.
Falling apart.
It's infectious. What can I say,
Hey,
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
awesome.
Infected with fun.
infectious Mondays.
Infectious
Corona.
Mondays and death. Which, did you hear that there were 5 million people who left the part of China that is
Wuhan?
infected?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
That day
5 million people traveled.
the day that
5
right before they locked it down, yeah. Yeah.
Like they were just trying to get out of Dodge.
No, it was
I
just
know
normal
they-
traffic.
Yeah, it was before they knew.
Normal traffic.
Dude, everything in China is like on a 10 times scale.
Yeah, right?
True.
Massive
God.
amounts of people. Yeah.
Dude, how pissed does the Corona beer company have to be? Right?
Right?
Like, did you have to name it Corona?
Yeah.
Really?
Like really some slander going on right
They
there.
already say our beer is piss. And now it's associated with a plague.
Come on, man.
True.
Can't we catch a break?
Yeah,
Bad time to be a Corona.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad time to be a lime.
I was saying to Briar earlier on the private show that it's like a flu virus, and the flu virus
is,
every year kills like 40 to 50,000 people. So, in terms of like in terms of its competition, it's like it's getting a lot of news press because it's new and it's going rapid, but the standard flu virus every year is a giant in comparison.
This is a flu. So the flu we actually vaccinate against, right? Like
Right.
a certain amount of the population vaccinate against it. This doesn't have that. So I would expect it to climb even higher.
But still, in order for it to actually surpass the flu virus, it needs to kill 50,000 people.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't.
And it was like at 80 people or something like that. So obviously you want to be careful and not go out where you're going to get sneezed on. So all that stuff, clearly.
You know what I'm doing, Dufty? I'm going to wear gloves everywhere, medical
Yeah.
gloves, and a mask. So if I'm touching anything, take the gloves off, new gloves on.
I was thinking about getting this suit that completely seals everything. So you
Yeah,
can't
like
actually
a nice,
touch anything.
like a nice latex suit.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, people might think you're crazy, but it's a
Try and
good
get the one
idea.
with the zipper for a mouth.
Is there a HEPA filter in between the zipper thing for any air that
I
goes
think
out?
that's what the zipper's for. You zip in the HEPA filter.
Oh, okay. You zip in a HEPA filter. Okay, got it.
Easily,
Nice.
easily
Excellent.
exchange.
Oh, man.
I think I've been ordering buckets of food, 5-gallon pails of edible material.
Okay. Edible?
I'm not allowed to have guns. So a 40-pack of baseball bats is surprisingly affordable.
Are you legally not allowed to have guns or your wife?
Look, I don't like to talk about it publicly.
Oh, man.
Cops don't trust Briar Rabbit.
Yeah.
That's your endorsement for 2020.
Yeah, that's his.
What are you, a narc now? Come on.
That's the clickbait right there. Cops don't trust Briar. Find out what he's packing.
And then Briar comes in. This was endorsed by Briar Rabbit for 2020.
Yeah.
10 reasons cops hate Briar Rabbit.
And Molotov cocktails. Oh, man. Well,
Oh.
it's we're closing up here on the first month of 2020. It's been an interesting
Yeah.
start to the year, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting really excited because a lot of people went and played, including Eric's, went and played Doom.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Man, I have not heard anybody talk any smack about that game.
Because
Everybody's like, yeah, it's amazing.
they came out with 2016 and Doom 2016, and it like just was a love letter to that genre, to that game,
Yeah.
and to like bringing what Doom felt like back in the day forward into a modern take that wasn't like watered down with some weird stuff that they'd done in the past with Doom. Yeah, there was some weird ones that they released, but like they brought the feeling of the original Doom into a 2016 version, and it just was off the charts, incredible. And then they're like, hey, the biggest issue was that like things didn't change enough. So we need to make sure there's more, and it changes like setting and all that. And yeah, everybody's saying that it's just an incredible experience. No, I haven't heard any negative so far.
And we just found out that there will be 0 microtransactions. Which was
Zero.
0.
In
Actual 0.
in 2020.
Was there fear that there was gonna be? Were people saying that there was
I
gonna be
think there's
microtransactions?
always like something, right? Because people
like
will
a
sell
baseline fear.
some. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a baseline fear. Yeah.
It's like your general fear of an infectious disease taking over the planet. That's all.
Right.
You know?
2 things I fear the most: Corona, light, and microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Yeah. Yeah, it raises your heart rate, right? As soon as you hear the topic.
Corona light. Wow, I think you need like a disclaimer to say that. Are you a medical professional?
So yeah, no microtransactions confirmed for Doom Eternal because they know the game is going to sell like hotcakes, right?
Yeah.
Good, and it will.
Absolutely.
2016 Doom was amazing. It was one of the best games that came out in the last 10 years, if you ask me.
Exactly.
Like it was just outstanding. It was like in a way where games are like broadening their depth, where it's almost like games like GTA or Red Dead or Destiny, like they do a lot of different things, and Doom just does one thing, but it just focuses so well on doing that one thing so great.
Yeah.
It knocks it out of the park.
Like there's no reload, right?
Yeah. It's just constant action. It's fast paced.
Yeah.
The game is constantly pushing you to go forward. You got to get those. What are they called? The
Glory kills.
super death kills.
Glory kills. Yeah. The rip and tear.
To get more ammo, you got to use the chainsaw to get more whatever, and it's like it just is constantly pushing you to get more and more aggressive, and the game feels like it's getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
It's always why I wondered why Wolfenstein didn't embrace that more, because Wolfenstein, like the story is batshit crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Combat is it's a little subdued compared to Doom, right? And it seems like, boy, if they just like copied Doom's combat pacing in Wolfenstein, it would have just amplified that game into greatness.
Well, so that was some of the criticisms of the Dooms that followed the DOS versions, is that they they did some weird stuff, and it was like, well, this is just following gaming trends. And then the 2016 went back towards let's make the Doom video game. And how crazy it is, and embrace all the quirks that were the original, like no reloads, like you literally are just running and gunning as fast as possible, and then they added the rip and tear glory type of stuff because it added to that aspect of feeling very arcadey. You know, a lot of games today try to go for this realism.
They do, yeah.
Like everything is happening
even more
realistic.
and more so, even Call of Duty, that is the arcade shooter.
Exactly. So you have that like paradigm that's happened quite a bit for the past 10 years, essentially, of like games going realistic. And then Doom is like, how about not? This is a video game where you're killing demons.
So like, Call of Duty should have done, to be honest. Just embrace what people love about you.
Yeah.
There's room for both, you know, like there's room for Gran Turismo and for Burnout.
Exactly.
Right? Like Burnout's just way more fun.
Yeah, obviously I don't want every game to be just absolutely crazy off the walls, balls to the walls, whatever, you know, like it's nice to have a balance of different stuff, and it's always fun to have mechanics that are inspired from real life.
Yeah.
But then you have Doom, and Doom 2016 embraced so hard the arcade aspect, and it shines so well, and that makes me just super excited for Doom Eternal.
Yeah. When is the release date? Is it March still?
March 20. 2020.
March 20.
3/20, 2020.
Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again.
Didn't it? Oh, it got delayed to March?
It got delayed
it was
to March
supposed
20.
to come out at the end of 2019.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Right. That's right. Yeah. Sorry. So many delays. I just forgotten which game is
Hard
which
to keep
delay.
track.
It's perpetual at this point, right?
Is this the third date? The 7th? I don't remember.
Yeah.
What are we at right now?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So
speaking of hyper realism, I've been playing a game. I've been actually obsessed with a game for the last week called Frostpunk. Have you guys seen this game?
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's like an RTS, and it's set in a very realistic future where the Ice Age has come back.
Nice.
And like there's no combat per se, really. It's like a survival RTS where you're like, you've got this generator and you're building your society around this generator in like kind of a hole in the ground, and your whole goal is to keep your civilization warm enough and kind of like build your population back up, right? Because like you guys escaped from like London, you trekked across the ice, you found this generator, and now you're all huddled in front of this heat-making generator, just trying to survive. And there's resource management. You got to go get coal, you got to get wood, metal to like build up a civilization and build housing. Then you want to, you want to build some. Yeah, you want to build.
It sounds like we need a Tufty playthrough of this.
Absolutely.
I was super close to getting this game and streaming it. Actually, very, very close.
It's on Game Pass now, so it's free to play if you have a Game Pass, and it's really interesting.
Amazing.
The thing that's so much interesting about it is it really forces you into making some really tough decisions. For instance, right now, I think I'm about 2 weeks into a gameplay, like a game time of 2 weeks, and I'm doing pretty good. But as the game progresses, it gets colder and colder and colder, which means that you need to produce more heat, which means you need more coal. You need to mine more coal. You need to process more coal, and then your generator, you can upgrade your generator to get more heat out of your generator. You upgrade your generator, and that means it's going to burn more coal. So you're just constantly trying to get as much coal as you can into this generator and burn more coal. But your workers can't work at night because it's too cold and they need to sleep. But you can force them to work at night if you need to.
Get that ass up.
They don't like it. It's also, they're going to get frostbite. Some of them are going to get frostbite. They're going to lose some limbs.
Oh, boy.
And then they can't work. If you really run into trouble, you can make the kids work. And that increases your workforce, right? I got about 30 kids running around my settlement.
Making things
happen. I've been really good up to this point. I haven't made them work. I set up a school. They can work in the medic tents if need be, right? They can help out. But they go to school. I'm really preparing for the future, right? A bright future.
Yeah.
The children are the future.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
look, we need coal. Everybody's gonna die if we don't get enough coal.
There's no future if you don't get the coal.
So like
get it.
Everybody dies. That means the kids die
too. We're being enlisted to get coal. World War III. It's your time to get up. 12-year-old Jimmy.
Listen here, Jimmy. Get that coal.
My finger hovers around that button. It got down to negative 97 degrees.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty chilly.
You're burning that coal. People are freezing to death on the outskirts of town. So I got to amp up the generator, make it provide more heat, which means the coal is burning faster. People are sleeping. They're not making coal. So all night I'm just burning coal with no coal getting produced. Next day, I got to build up those reserves so we can get through the next night.
Yeah.
I know in 2 days, it's going to get even colder. I don't want the kids to work.
Hugo in chat.
I don't want everybody to die either.
Is this in-game or is this IRL, Brian?
Our decisions have to be made. Somebody's got to shovel that driveway.
If you don't have the driveway shovel, nobody can get to work. How are you going to pay the bills if you can't get to work?
We're all going to die.
Shovel that
driveway. Nobody goes to work. Nobody gets to eat.
Well, what's the ultimate goal then? You've won, or is there an end game?
I haven't gotten to the end state yet. I have failed. My community has completely failed twice.
Ugh.
After several hours of play, both times.
After all that whip cracking?
After all that whip cracking. I have never put the children to work. But the downside of never putting the children to work, I have set up a true dictatorship. I have propagandists working for me. I've got sentry towers making sure people don't leave. I had this whole group of people, 30 people, wanted to just up and go back to London. And they were recruiting other people. So I had to put the hammer down. I had to go out and start patrolling the streets. They were putting up graffiti. I had to arrest people. I had to build a prison. Look, it got to be really messy. I put down that uprising, though. I put it down.
Okay.
I mean,
it's going to be 107 degrees below zero, and we need that coal.
I'm thinking, so this is the question. Is it better to put the kids to work and so people cannot work at night and lose limbs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say yes. I think so.
Dire times.
It's a dark future we're facing.
We can get to education later. We'll think about it later.
Well, you do learn with hands-on experience.
It's a fantastic game. It's really engaging. Really great. Yeah, and if you have Game Pass, it's free on Game Pass. It's also on Steam. I think it's only $30 if you're on Steam.
Did you get the expansion as well? on Game Pass?
Not yet. Not yet. No, I don't think it's on Game Pass.
What does the expansion add?
More cold.
Extra chili. More child labor options.
Frostpunk Extra Freezing Edition.
Frostpunk. God damn, it's cold.
But like, there's a whole tech tree that you can research. You can research the automatons that will go out and do work for you, and they work at night. You can get what is it called when you lose a limb but you replace it with like something?
Oh, like a prosthetic.
Prosthetic. You can research prosthetics.
Nice.
So people who lose a limb can go back to work.
Damn right.
Look, it's dark, but it's cool. It's really fun.
Oh, man.
It's like, it is definitely dark.
Apparently, they have a season pass.
Wow.
Oh, really?
They have a whole season pass. Yeah, they have Frostpunk The Rifts, Frostpunk The Last Autumn, Frostpunk Project TV Agurskjur.
Okay.
That's what it says. Frostpunk.
It's Icelandic.
Yeah, so those are and it's 30% off at the moment if you want to get any of this stuff.
Is it available? Did they come out with this for consoles? Does anybody know?
Don't know.
Google.
Yeah, let's Google it. So the Rifts is new level of challenge on a brand new endless mode map where the land itself threatens your survival. Using a new gameplay mechanic, bridge the rifts to access new areas, expand the city to save your people from inevitable doom.
Yes, it is available for consoles.
Nice.
Cool.
I need this on a Switch.
Oh,
it's available on Switch.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I've seen this game multiple times, and I've been really close to like buying it to stream it because I'm definitely a fan of these type of games, like the We Are Billions type of stuff. Like, I love it. I love that stuff. And then I saw that they just recently released that expansion, like I think last week. So that's why it's kind of come back up as well, Frostpunk. So
yeah, it's a different kind of RTS because you're not going out there and fighting anything. Right, it's more of like if your favorite part of an RTS is like building your base, like this is right up your alley.
Nice, yeah, cool.
Sounds great.
Yeah, probably gonna have to check that out. I found out that Hyperlight Drifter, which is an indie title, runs at 120 hertz on my iPad Pro yesterday.
Oh yes, several games have done this on my iPad Pro.
I was surprised. I was like,
wow.
Did you try it out?
I did. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple, I think it was this summer, released an update for iOS. Oh, it was this September. Released an update for iOS that allows you to pair PlayStation and Xbox controllers.
Yeah, I did that.
For video games as well. So it makes it very playable. You know, it's like, I use it a lot to connect to my PC and play PC games in bed with a regular controller. You know, playing games with the on-screen control sucks. I can't stand it.
Not a fan of that.
Like trying to use like fake glass thumbsticks.
The virtual joysticks.
No, it's no good. And like I want a tactile controller, right? And it's been a wonderful experience. I use a Scuf controller.
Yeah, why not, right?
It's just permanently paired to my iPad, and it's just a lovely experience.
That's really nice. Yeah. Do you have the 120 hertz refresh iPad?
No, I have a very old iPad. I don't even know which one it is anymore.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the screen. So I'm really happy that things are moving more towards 120 because it's nice. Even just normal activity on the iPad, like scrolling, doing stuff, it's a very pleasing experience when you're using the device. And so when a game supports that, it's like, oh, that's really nice. Hyperlight Drifter is a very eye candy, 16-bit inspired type of visual type of game. It came out a couple of years ago. So when I saw that they had that, and then it said runs in 120 hertz, I was like, oh, I'm buying this right now. So yeah, it's a creamy experience.
Is Hyperlight one where it's mostly boss battles? I can't, or is it more like Zelda-like?
No, it's like Zelda, but there was a pretty sharp difficulty curve.
Okay.
Yeah, at least there was. I think they rebalanced some of it.
I actually don't think I ever played this game.
It's worth it. Definitely.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh, it's a beautiful game. Beautiful visuals. If you were into 16-bit or pixel graphics, that type of thing, like it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
It came out on console as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like that the next generations of consoles is going to support 120 hertz. I like that new TVs are supporting 120 hertz.
Right.
Yep.
You know, it's weird that like movies and TV shows, like it just doesn't work.
No, not at all.
You can't do the high refresh rates for
No.
movies. It just looks stupid.
Freaking weird.
Like, why though? Like, it should look good.
It should look like a normal life, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason is when you're watching a TV show or a film, the frame rate being low and then the shutter speed having some blur to it from the motion creates a suspension of reality. For audio listeners, Tobias is currently smudging the camera for Watts. The low frame rates along with actual motion blur that's happening. It's like the 150th or 140th shutter speed. It creates a suspension of reality, and that's what we identify movies and TV shows with that suspension of reality because it feels different. Feels like it's a different universe. If you watch a sports show or if you watch a sports game, you want to see that in 60 because it is representing actual life.
Yeah. I remember I went and saw, was it The Hobbit? I think it was The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah, weird.
At 60 frames per second in the theater. It was awful. I mean, the movie was kind of awful to begin with, but like it looked ridiculous.
Right.
Like it looked like they were on a set. You know, it really did look terrible.
It didn't suspend your reality.
No, yeah, it didn't. It did not. It didn't. It was not immersive whatsoever. You'd think it would be that much nicer. Like the jump from, standard definition to 1080p was amazing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that was huge benefit to people who watch movies at home. You know, not only did we get a huge bump in resolution and detail on the screen, but we also got like a big jump in screen sizes because like it happened at the same time that like LCDs and plasmas kind of happened. So we got this huge jump in TV sizes, and like your home cinema now is, it's a really nice experience.
Yeah. Well, those resolution jumps were closer towards actual film as well. So like,
true,
the amount of data that a film capture was going to have is more representative of 4K and higher. But like, as soon as you go to those high frame rates, it's just it doesn't trick you into believing there's a different reality in front of you. You start comparing it to your own reality, and you go, "This just doesn't make sense." So that's why.
Yeah. And then there's like that soap opera comparison too, where soap operas were always filmed on video at 30 frames per second.
Right.
So that like anything that you see faster than 24 frames per second suddenly reminds you of that technology.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
Soap opera.
And then there's the TVs. Most TVs have that where they actually like they interpolate the frames between.
I can't stand that, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
Why do they have that stuff on like automatically as default?
I know.
Like,
it's by default, like on every TV.
Yeah, they're like, check it out. We can actually interpolate these frames so it looks like 60 FPS. I'm like,
right. Hold on, I gotta vomit and then I'm gonna turn that off.
A, why would you do this? B, who do you think you are? Imagine being a filmmaker and seeing that in like Best Buy and just being appalled by what they've done to your cinema.
Yeah, I bought one of those OLED TVs last year, and it's a marvelous TV, right? It's like the black levels. It's the first TV I've had since plasma that I actually like.
Nice.
I don't like LCD TVs at all. I think they look super unnatural. Like the colors are always weird. Yeah, they look washed out. So like my plasma finally gave up the ghost like a few years ago, and I had two TVs in the meantime. I bought a 55-inch Samsung that was really cheap that I hated almost immediately. And I gave it away.
Get this crap out of my house.
I didn't even want money for it. I didn't want your blood money for this fucking TV. And then I bought another Samsung TV, which was better, but still like I didn't like it still. That actually is now in my office. And I use it for 4K gaming.
Oh, nice.
For gaming, it's fine. But the OLED, it's so nice with the the color reproduction is much more natural, and the black levels are actually black, not gray. Or
is OLED the really expensive one?
It's not that expensive anymore.
No?
It used to be super expensive.
Yeah, I'm actually in the market.
Yeah,
I'm legit in the market.
Well, OLED is the only way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't even mess around. Just get an OLED. Sony makes them. LG makes them.
Samsung.
I don't know. I don't think Samsung makes them. They have like their other technology, QLED.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, QLED.
Yeah.
And now LG's newest OLEDs actually have 120 hertz too. 120 hertz mode that you can actually plug a PC in.
And 4K.
High refresh 4K gaming.
That thing's got to be super spendy.
It has to be.
Right?
They've come down a lot, man.
Wow.
They've come down a lot. Yeah. Like I think I got a 65-inch a year ago that was, I want to say it was $2,000.
Yeah.
Which, it's a lot of money, but it's like, it's a big ass fucking TV.
True.
True.
Yeah, I still have a plasma that I bought in 2012. That's 60 inches from Samsung that is still working perfect.
Yeah. 1080p?
It's 1080p, yeah. But,
I had a Pioneer plasma that just looked outstanding for years and years and years, and finally it just gave up the ghost. It started to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. It was just dying.
Yeah.
And so we had to replace it because it's in a bright room too.
Oh,
My living room has a lot of windows.
There you go. Yeah.
So you almost couldn't watch it during the day. And it had, it still had a glass screen. The front of it was glass. I think it weighed a ton.
Dude, those plasmas, man, they are chunky.
Yeah. But I was really pissed off when they stopped making plasmas because they were so much better than LCD TVs. They're so much better.
Okay. I'm going to add that to my search criteria as I'm doing some research,
Just get OLED.
Don't even bother.
Yeah, don't even bother.
I mean, if I could get 120 hertz without breaking the bank, my God.
Yeah, that's the way to go. For
right?
Sure.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they started making computer monitors out of it, but I think burn-in image retention is still a problem.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Burn-in's a problem. Interesting.
Yeah. The next technology for TVs, micro LED, where you actually have LEDs. You have red, white, or red, green, and red. What color? Red, green,
RGB?
and blue. RGB. Yeah. Red, green, and blue. You have LEDs in the screen, and those small, tiny, itty bitty LEDs are actually producing the light that makes the image. It's not like current LCDs with LEDs behind it, where the LEDs just make white light to shine through the LCD. These are actual like red, green, and blue LEDs.
Oh wow,
that make the image
That's
up.
very interesting.
That's going to be the hotness because you're not going to have the image retention issues, and you're still going to have actual black and better color reproduction. But that's still out there.
See, I got to get my Windows now. I can't be waiting for that new hotness. Just how
also can't afford that new hotness.
That's true. When it comes out, it's like $5,000, and I'll be like, yeah, I can't spend that.
Yeah,
that's not.
I just bought a new water heater, and I'm going to be taking it easy for the next couple of months. A little flood in the basement really
get things going, right? Kick you up right there.
Yeah.
Hey. Something that came out last week is the appreciation event for Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
What's this?
So it's like a Chinese New Year type of thing. That's or I mean, I don't know if it's directly connected to that. Actually,
it's the anniversary of when Monster Hunter World came out. So this is a 2-year anniversary.
That's true, because the previous event actually had Chinese New Year themes.
Yeah.
But this has come around. Yeah, this is their 2-year event for celebrating the game. Yeah. Watts, you want to fill us in?
Everything is spacey, galactic. So all of the armors and stuff are very shiny, starry, kind of what you'd expect when you think of something being galactic. All the people are dressed up like aliens.
Yeah.
It's actually very different to I think what Monster Hunter has done in the past in terms of the way things look.
Yeah, the cats are all spaced out, like alien
Yeah.
space cats.
Alien space cats.
Yeah.
Like they're on meth or something.
From space? Meth from space?
Space meth, man. Not even once. You know what I'm saying?
That moon meth. Jesus. We'll really send you out there.
So with events, all the previous events come back. So you have stuff like Safi Jiva is back, which didn't leave for very long, which was great because that's a new monster that you can farm over and over again to get the weapons and the armor from. So they bring back all the previous events, and then there's new events to get some new stuff. One of them, you get elf ears.
Nice.
Yep.
I'll take
Always
those.
want elf ears. Yes, yeah.
When you're fighting monsters, yeah.
You gotta collect them all.
Yep.
There's a armor set that you can get, and then there's also layered armor sets, so you can change the way that you look without making your armor terrible and your skills terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was there that they act?
There's-
There's an event where you can get the hammer that looks like a big piece of meat.
Turkey leg, right?
That's pretty great.
Or
yeah.
chicken
Oh, I
leg,
like
yeah.
the sound of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty great. And they brought new weapons for every single weapon class
Yeah.
in
Great.
the guild weapons, which are actually pretty good, which is great because they're
Are they
beautiful.
permanent
They look
additions
great.
to the game, or are they just available during the event?
Yeah, once you have them,
I
you
think,
have 'em.
yeah, they're permanent additions, but you need to have tickets from the event. So you have to play the event now to get the tickets to be able to make the
Appreciation tickets, is that what it is?
Okay.
Well, there's gratitude tickets.
Gratitude tickets, that's what it is, sorry.
And then
Yeah.
VIP gratitude tickets.
So
There's a rocket hammer too.
that's from an event in the past. They brought that back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the rocket
Yeah.
hammer. Yeah. So you go to, just to clarify, you go to the event section of the questing, right?
Yeah.
To get these tickets. Yeah.
Now there's like 5 pages.
There's 5 pages of events. It's a little intense.
So always whenever a new event stuff comes out, I'm like, okay, what are the events from this one that I need to focus on? Because I don't remember the names of the events that I played or the missions, the quests. I don't remember. So I always look up like, what is the actual gratitude event stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not
Um,
marked in game.
They don't really tell you specifically what it
no.
is and what
You got to
what it's
be
gonna
in the
give you.
know.
Yeah.
You know what? Monster Hunter wants you to be in the know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They'll give a
Yeah.
cheeky clue in the name of the title, but like,
Yeah.
you won't. It's not like, hey, this is the Capcom Resident Evil event right here. Like, it's not very clear. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's new
Do I have
layered
to
armor.
be like a certain hunter level to participate?
Yeah, well, for Safi Jiva, we know that you just had to complete the Iceborne story and like all the way through. Not just the very end of the story, but like all the way through to the end. For the event stuff, I'm not sure what level you'd have to be. I wouldn't assume that it would be particularly high. I think most of the time they just require you to finish the main campaign.
Is this going simultaneously on PC?
Sort of.
Yeah. Right. Because Safi Jiva is not available on PC until March.
Yes. But the event is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The event is there. It's just missing a monster fight.
Yeah. I think that's all it's missing, right? Well, I mean, you can't fight
think so.
Rajang and some
Right.
other stuff, but yeah. Because it hasn't synced up. Supposedly April, right? Is when all that's going to sync up. April, May.
Yeah, it's going to be synced forever at that point, which will be great.
Yeah. I hope if they do a Monster Hunter World 2, they just sync it right off the bat.
That would be nice. Also, cross-play and cross-save. Please.
Yeah.
Oh,
And thank you.
Would be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like cross save and cross play are going to become like standard features for video games in the future.
I hope so.
Like
I really do.
it's going to be more notable when games don't have it because it's such a useful feature.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
my hope.
And like why
that,
why
like,
gatekeep your friends?
yeah.
You know, like, oh well, you play on Xbox, I play on PlayStation, or you play on PC, I play on Xbox, and we can't play together. So
Right.
Oh, just imagine the population health of these games if you have crossplay. All those
Yeah.
people come together would be so good.
Yes,
The
definitely.
dream.
I really feel like companies like Sony had more to do with that than actual developers. I mean, I know it takes
Mm-hmm.
some extra developing to make those things connect, but
Yeah.
I feel like the real gatekeepers were the companies wanting
Yeah.
to keep their.
Because they have to say yes, and then you can start developing it. You don't want to start putting all that manpower into developing crossplay until they're all like, yeah, we can totally do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Or you could put all that time in and just enable it and not tell anybody. Rocket League.
Also, Fortnite did it too, where they're like, "Hey, what the? I'm playing with somebody on Xbox. What's going on?" They're like, "Whoops, that happened."
Oh, whoops. I feel like those two games kind of forced Sony's hands.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, now like Call of Duty's doing it. Destiny's got cross save, not cross play. Like I think more and more games, like as the games, like I'd like to see it on Switch too. Right?
Oh,
'Cause,
for
like,
sure.
There was that rumor that we'd get the Xbox Game Pass on Switch, which would be outstanding. I don't know if Nintendo's ever going to let that happen. That seems like it'd be kind of detrimental toward Nintendo's sales of video games.
I mean, it could sell consoles though.
It'll definitely sell consoles. I don't know if it sells video games
Yeah.
for Nintendo though.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo makes money on their consoles because they're
I
not.
think they do as well.
Yeah, they're not powerhouses by any means.
Yeah.
So,
And
There
you
are
still
more
have,
rumors
like,
about a Switch Pro coming.
Link and stuff. Switch Pro. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah, Switch Pro
Yeah.
with
that'd be interesting. I want
the weird
that.
thing about Nintendo is that the rumors say that it's going to be a proprietary, like it's similar to how they currently have like the NVIDIA chips in the Switch. Like there's more powerful versions of these chips just available. Like tablets have them, phones have them, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But the rumor is that the new Switch is going to have a proprietary version of that. So a newer version of the current Switch processor and graphics card.
interesting.
Like, why would you go proprietary? I don't understand. Like, that just adds development cost, and maybe they don't want it to be easily hacked. But
Yeah, that could be a possibility. Or they
seems like it'd
just.
be so much easier to just take the ones off the shelf.
You'd think possibly they want to have some very specific controls over the operating system and how it connects with the underlying hardware.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, that's kind of what like Apple does with their iOS devices. Makes it super synced up to those Apple chips. And those Apple chips, like the A13 is really powerful.
Yeah, super powerful.
Graphics and all
It
that.
is, yeah.
Yeah, single threaded performance is higher than desktop chips.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy what they've been
Real
able to do with that.
Yeah.
Like if a Switch had an A13 chip in it, like we wouldn't be having these conversations about the Switch lagging behind really hard.
Yeah. I really want a new Switch. Like, I really, really would love to see more powerful hardware come to the Switch. Even if I got to pay more for it.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Speaking of paying more for things, when do you think that 3080 Ti is coming out?
I think probably this summer or September, November.
Yeah. Any rumors at
Yeah.
all? Anything?
There have been rumors, but nothing concrete.
Yeah, nothing
The
concrete.
two sets of rumors, actually. AMD's Navi big chip. So they currently have the 5700 XT. AMD has the 5700 XT, which is their top of the line.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of falls in line with like a 2060 Super on the NVIDIA side. So it's not super high end like on that side. So there's rumors that AMD is going to have much more powerful graphics cards this summer, and that NVIDIA is going to release the next version,
The 3080. Yeah.
3080, 3080 Ti, whatever it ends up being.
Yeah.
But like nothing concrete yet. Probably Computex, which I think it happens in like July-ish. We'll hear more.
Oh, that's next big event. Like CES
Yeah.
and then Computex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's smoke, right? Like the rumors are flying around pretty hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me think that it's not going to be too long.
Okay. So it's like they're in the works. And information's probably coming pretty soon for some of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm starting to price out what you can get for kids on the black market. Make sure that I'm first in line.
Kidneys and stuff. Yeah.
3080 Ti. Yeah.
Yeah. Livers, kidney transplants, be able to afford all
Sure.
this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
Kids need 2 hands. Really?
I don't think so. I think you can get by.
You're always on your phone with one thumb anyway.
Yeah.
You know, use that left hand.
You need more coal, I think. More child-produced coal.
Yeah. It's the best coal possible, child-produced coal. So,
look, 4K unlimited frames need to happen here.
yes.
And sacrifices have to be made.
I agree, Briar. Yes, man. Actually, I've been thinking about upgrading my setup because, you know, some of these capture cards are a lot more affordable now that can do like 4K 60, right? So you could
HDR.
Yeah, I upgraded to the Elgato 4K 60.
Oh, nice.
And it's just nice because then now I can just use my monitor and just use it. I can use my monitor the way that it was intended to be used.
Exactly. I've been thinking, I was like, you know, I could probably go 1440 now if I were to get one of those cards, and I'd have to reconfigure a couple things for HDMI 2.0, but like I could technically enjoy some higher resolution gaming in my streaming setup with some of these. I've been looking at the AverMedia 4K one as well.
Yeah, the AverMedia one is really good because you can play your games in HDR, but record without the HDR. It does tone mapping on the fly.
Wow,
which is really nice.
That is nice.
And the Elgato one just came down. They actually introduced a new version of the 4K capture
Mark
card.
II. Yep.
That's like $150 cheaper than the old version, and it does HDR.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, I don't know if that one transcodes on the way though. So if you were to play your games in HDR, I don't know if you could record non-HDR footage. Which you don't want to stream or record HDR footage because nobody can see it anyway.
Right. Yeah. You have to have specific devices for that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, eventually everything will come with HDR, but I mean, even stuff that says it can display HDR doesn't really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder about that. Like, again, because I'm looking at TVs, I'm like, how much of this HDR crap is smoke and mirrors? About like, we got this, but really only 1% of the content you're going to consume is going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix has got a lot of HDR content on it. iTunes has a lot of HDR content on it, and like you can tell a difference. Like, it definitely looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm excited about new tech, obviously.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I just watched a video. Do you guys know Linus Tech Tips?
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
So he's a big technology YouTuber, right? Like, he used to do mostly PC stuff, but he also does, like anything technology related. And he's got nearly 10 million subs, if not on the money.
Is that it?
Subs.
So small.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It's kind of a noob. But he just released a video where I think it was like actually a clip from a live stream where he's like, look, I'm thinking about retiring. And it's also really killing me like this whole like consumerism thing. Like, I feel like, he's really kind of like torn between like, his channel success is obviously talking about new technology and like, here's the best, newest, and the greatest. But at the same time, it's like, do you really need to be buying all like the newest, best stuff? Like, spending all this money, you know what I mean? Like, he's torn in that way. And I could definitely feel him in that way. It's like, yeah, sure, I want like the newest and the greatest, but I also, like, I don't need all that stuff. And that money could, go toward retirement. It could go toward, college educations. The difference between, paying for your kids' college education and having them saddled with student loans for the next 25 years is a huge difference in life quality.
Did you factor in coal production?
Look, my kids aren't going to go straight to the coal mine. Like, theoretically, some other kids.
This is a use case model. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see somebody who had so much success talking about technology so much. Really, like I feel like everybody kind of has that, right? It's like the new iPhone comes out and it's like, oh, that's a really cool thing. My old iPhone though, like, does text messaging, it does Twitter, it does all the things I need it to do. Like, do I really need the new iPhone? No, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Well, like that hype train.
Yeah, honestly, I usually go with the how much do I actually need it type of model. Like, my previous iPhone was a 6S Plus. And
so was mine.
6S Plus and then iPhone 11. And I didn't get the Max or the Pro or whatever the crap I just got the basic iPhone 11 because it worked, and it has nice new features I'm happy with. But I'm definitely not going to be itching to upgrade that for at least 2 years, if not 3, because I don't really need to. And again, with my gaming PC, I'm at a i7 7700K with a 1080 Ti. I know, Briar.
Yeah.
I know. Old technology.
It's like a 1946 Ford.
It can barely power
You gotta
on.
crank it to get it to run.
Pretty much.
It's like, brum, 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 brum.
The thing barely runs. It's crazy, you know.
Got a pull cord on it, like a lawnmower.
But yeah, I look at it as like every 3 years is a good measurement if you're using it all the time.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I guess I separate some of that stuff between like work and play.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like I don't have much problem spending money on like stuff I consider like the office stuff. You know, like stuff that makes content better.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy to spend money on that stuff. Plus, it's a tax write-off.
True.
Which makes it even easier.
Tax
but
time.
like, if I need something,
God. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about taxes.
Don't
I
bring
don't
up
want to think
taxes.
about it. I don't want to make the appointment. Don't want to do it.
yeah, that's not a fun time.
Watts,
Well, yeah, if I need something like a new pair of sneakers, my sneakers are basically falling apart before I buy new sneakers.
Yeah. That's the. I'm in the same way with that stuff. Watts, when was the last time? So before you built that computer, actually, when did you build that computer?
When was it built?
It's like last year sometime, right?
It was last year, like later last year. So it's not been a super long time.
So what interval do you usually go for like a new system?
So I think my gaming PC is about ready. It's definitely ready. I just need to put the money towards it. And that's been 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
But I did upgrade the graphics card. So the graphics card got upgraded, but I just haven't upgraded the processor and other stuff in it. So yeah, I think 3 years. It's still great, still working great. It's just about that time where games are going to start pushing even further that I would like to have something that's a bit more upgraded.
Exactly. So yeah, we're like on the same page with that stuff. Like I think of it as if I can't do the highest settings for the resolution that I'm at, which is usually 1080p or might be 1440 in the future, we'll see. Then I think like, okay, it's time to update that stuff because I'm streaming. If I wasn't streaming though, I think I'd probably exactly. I'd be okay with.
I'm playing on medium. All right, I don't care.
Yeah, like it's not detracting from the gameplay experience drastically. Sure, it's better obviously if you're on epic settings, but it's not like you can't play the game.
Yeah, I think if I come across a game where I'm like, ooh, this is really struggling to kind of push the best settings, then definitely it's time.
Yeah.
You should play Witcher 3 again. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. I've been thinking about finishing my playthrough of Witcher 3.
That game still looks amazing, but it brings a new computer still to it.
Does it really?
It can, yeah. If you put everything on high.
Wow.
Or highest or epic or whatever it is.
This is why I keep on bringing up the 3080 Ti type of thing, because I'm nervous about Cyberpunk. And am I going to be able to run that game on ultra settings?
At 1080p? Yeah.
I don't know. You just said The Witcher brings it to a halt, and like, is CD Red Project's optimization for PC going to be up to date on release day? Because I'm definitely going to be playing it on release day. I cannot wait to play that game.
I hear you.
I'm okay with no ray tracing if I won't be able to do that. But
don't ever say that to me again.
Talking ill
like
of the
being
ray trace.
Blind. I'm looking forward to the 3080 Ti because I am looking for like 4K future, right? Is I really want high refresh rate 4K in my life.
What about that?
My eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I want bigger screens, a little closer to my face, a little higher resolution, and still fluid motion, right?
Yes.
I enjoy playing games, with my feet up sometimes with a controller.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's hooked up to your iPad or you're streaming the game off there.
But 4K, man, still 2080 Ti is still, with Monster Hunter World, I got to reduce the graphical settings to keep 4K Monster Hunter World running at a steady 60
on a 2080 Ti.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been struggling.
Damn, that's rough.
And the thing sounds like it's like ready to take off. Like it's I got like a helicopter in my room.
It scares me when I open a game and immediately the computer's like, I'm like, oh no, oh, this is gonna be a bad time. This is gonna be a bad time. I think Earthfall did that for my computer. Actually, I think Earthfall made my computer real sad.
That's funny. Wow.
It performed fine. It was just got very loud.
Yeah. I mean, I have a window air conditioner in my office. And in the middle of the winter, if I'm playing video games in here, I got to turn that fucker on. It's like it heats up the whole upstairs.
Yeah, man. Dude, my stream setup, I have my streaming PC in the hallway. Like I have a little desk in the hallway. So it's safe. It's not on the carpet, getting ready to get kicked over or something like that. It's just, I run a huge trunk of cables into my office.
People who put PCs on floors are monsters.
Monsters, man.
Monsters.
Monsters.
Like all the dust and stuff that's getting in your PC. It's shot on the floor like an animal. That's how you're going to treat it?
There is a lot of stuff in there. Or just get you a case that's really good at not getting all the cat fur in it.
HEPA
which
filters.
I have to do.
So I don't like filters. I don't like filters on my cases. I take them off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It restricts the airflow.
Okay. I feel you on that. That's a good point. Didn't consider that.
I
I don't think that's
off.
an option for me.
No.
Yeah, cat hair and all that, right?
Yeah.
Is your PC on the floor? I see one PC sitting on your desk. Is the other one on?
The other one is on like a cabinet thing.
Okay, but it's not on the floor.
It's not on the floor.
Man.
What you do is
I think people who put them on carpeted surfaces, we should take their PCs away from them.
Well, you take the motherboard out and you put it directly on the carpet, and then you hook all the
just forget a case. You don't need a case. What do you need a case for? Just get rid of the case, have it all sitting on the floor, connected together.
Imagine the cooling.
That computer there is not in a case.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah. What you
In
do?
the open.
You then go to Home Depot and you get one of those warehouse fans. You hook up and you like set it right next to it. So you turn the warehouse fan on, and that's your cooling.
Big, 3 foot wide ones.
That's your cooling situation right there. It's a little loud. You get used to it though.
Headphones, man. Get those noise canceling headphones. Good.
Oh my God.
I have a leaf blower actually hooked up.
Nice. That's really good cooling. Yeah. I hear that's
good. That'll keep it clean too.
Yeah. I mean
get all that dust off of it.
2-stroke motor is a little pain because it's a lot of smog in the office, but sacrifices have to be made.
And you're not willing to budge on the filter situation. So yeah, sacrifice.
No.
My God. Ridiculous.
Even just putting your PC on like a workout mat, just something to get it off of like the carpet is good if that's your only option.
Yeah. Generally speaking,
but you can just get like a little table. You can get a really cheap table that it can sit on. It doesn't need to be a crazy table just to house your PC.
Yeah.
Mine's in a stereo cabinet.
Is there good ventilation?
It's like it's fair. There's no back to the stereo cabinet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I see.
Like 3 posts.
Okay. Yeah.
And then shelves. So there's no like surround to it.
Yeah. When you said cabinet, you scared me. I was like, are you closing this thing? Is this?
Oh yeah.
He's like, he puts it, close the glass door.
Yeah. I like to close the glass door and then just watch it suffocate.
Just raising the ambient temperature drastically.
I put an egg in there to see if I can hard boil it.
Oh man. Well, I definitely have the itch to build another PC after building my streaming rig. I
like it. It's like a fun thing to do.
It is, yeah. Even we just got done talking about this consumerism thing, and like, I'm actually due for a gaming PC. For a gaming PC, I'm actually due. Just like you were saying, Watts. Like that 3-year mark, the games start to show some of their little bit of fringe, of what's not working. I'm disappointed in Intel not really pushing boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Their next chipset is still going to be the 14 nanometer or whatever crap, or some crap that's not going to be that inventive. It's just really optimizing what they currently have, which isn't bad. It's going to eke out some extra performance, but there's no real innovation. Then you got AMD being like, check this out. Check
Yeah.
out these
Well,
cores.
If you're going high end though, Intel is still the way, right?
Yeah.
It's like you still want the 9900K. I think it's the KS now, which is just a hair faster than the K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's still the fastest frame rate wise gaming PC you can build is still like that $350 chip.
Interesting. Yeah. So in one of the reasons is because their clock speed goes up to like 5 gigahertz, right? Or 5.1 or 5.2, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There are rumors that they're gonna have another one coming out this year, but still they're you know, it's not gonna be significantly better.
Yeah.
It'll be incrementally better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So-
AMD is catching up, and it may be in the next few years that they surpass them for gaming too. I mean, they're already, if you buy an AMD PC, like it's already great for gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not as good.
You're looking, yeah, the difference that you're looking at is 130 frames per second or 120 frames per second. Like that's essentially what you're looking at when you go Intel versus AMD. And again, it's because of the clock speed. So the chips on those Intel or the Intel chips are able to hit that 5 gigahertz rating, which gives it that slight edge for higher frames. And frames are heavily dictated on how many cycles can happen on the CPU to pump out those images.
When you build a PC though, it's like you're kind of looking at all the pieces and you're trying to maximize like each piece, right? You buy the faster memory, maybe you even overclock the memory, and that gets you an extra 5% frame rate or 5 FPS. And then you overclock your processor, and maybe that gets you an extra 5 FPS on top of that. Overclock your graphics card, maybe you get another 10 FPS on top of that. And then all these small little tweaks all add up in the end to be, much bigger in the end. So it's like you talk about these little tiny tweaks, and it's like, well, do I really need 10 FPS? But like if my processor is not holding back my graphics card or my memory, then it's
if you just built a 9900K, there's no reason to get the next chip.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to be gaining at most 10
it's
FPS.
like if you're us who it's been 3 years, maybe you want to get the newest thing because it's been 3 years. You get the newest thing so then it safeguards you for longer. But if you just upgraded, don't do it.
Yeah.
I have a downgrade path though, right? As I have 2 kids, and one of them's still on a 6700K.
My God. Does that even load
like,
up Windows?
The stuff flows down. Windows 95. Dude, Doom is looking great though.
Oh man. Yeah, I understand that. I have a similar thing where like my music production computer it's actually a 6700K. So I'm thinking, well, I could take my 7700K, make that my music production rig, and have a brand new gaming PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. It is though. It's just like it's this constant battle between consumerism and like I want the newest stuff.
Yeah.
It's a constant battle.
It's a weird moral battle that you end up having if you can actually upgrade all the time as well, if you have the option.
And like if it's your hobby too, it's like I remember having the conversation with Pope Bear one day. He's like, I was talking about an upgrade I made on the PC. He's like, why do you upgrade it? I was like, it's a hobby. It's like car guys like to upgrade their cars. It's like it's the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bike guys like to upgrade their bikes.
Yep.
Ski guys like to drink beer in the chalet
on the lift to the top of the mountain where they go down really quick. Oh man, I'm in the same boat because I end up buying a bunch of music hardware nowadays, like the synthesizers, and I can make music off of an iPad at this point. Don't need anything, but it's the process, it's the experience. I enjoy what I'm making with that. Well, I feel inspired by some of those things.
Yeah, the process of it is fun too. It's like, do you get joy out of just the process of putting something together and upgrading and like making something kind of beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Legos can cost $800, so
yes, that's true.
It's fine for you to spend a bit of money making a computer.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm,
Sometimes you got to build a Millennium Falcon. I think
Sometimes you do.
I was about to say Millennial Falcon.
Millennial Falcon.
Oh,
What does
that's
that
a new
look like?
superhero right there. That's a new superhero, the Millennial Falcon.
It's vegan, gluten free.
It's a hybrid.
Oh,
Boomer
man.
Falcon. I called my my kid a boomer the other day. He looked at me like I fucking punched him in the stomach or something.
And then you were like, got him.
Yeah, you just got him. Walk away.
That's great.
This message was endorsed by Briar 2020.
That's right.
Mr. Briar Rabbit.
Well, is that the show today?
I think so. It's like DCP tech tips.
It was. It was very
Right?
tech heavy today.
Yeah.
it was,
I mean, that being said, there's not a whole lot gaming news right now.
Kojima wants to make a manga.
True.
He's
Yeah.
always wanted to make a movie, though, right? Hasn't he always wanted to do that?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think Kojima is one of those people who just likes creating experiences for
Yeah.
people, and he wants to touch all of the mediums that he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sold because I loved Death Stranding. I like the whole concept.
He's making a horror game too.
Sounds great.
It's gonna
That's
be
gonna kill me. I'm gonna
it's
die
gonna
of a
be
heart
a-
attack.
3-part series. Each movie is going to be 6 hours long, and the middle movie is just going to be a dude walking with a GoPro.
Damn. Tension.
Yeah, exactly. The camera angle is just the GoPro looking at your face. Revolutionary.
At the very end, he switches it to like 120 FPS. You're like, oh God, I can't handle this.
I
Oh, there
remember
was
an
one
interview
thing,
from him.
actually.
I think it was right after MGS2 came out, where he was talking about he wished there was a technology. He wanted to make a technology where when your character died, when you like was game over screen, the disc actually disintegrated. So you'd have to go out and like, so if you lost your game, the game would actually like just disappear. Like you couldn't play it anymore.
That's
That sounds
great.
right. Yeah, adding new levels of risk.
Yeah, right.
There was something that was announced I completely forgot about because it was right at the beginning of last week. And Ninja Theory announced Project Mara.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys
Wow.
saw the trailer,
No.
but this is a new in development experimental title that explores new ways of storytelling. So it's going to be a real world grounded representation of mental terror based on real lived experience accounts and in-depth research. Our aim is to recreate the horrors of the mind as accurately and realistically as possible. Project Mara will be an experimental title and a showcase of what could become a new storytelling medium. So it's similar to what they did with Hellblade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're taking it another step further and going even more in depth with people's real experiences and trying to portray that accurately, which I think is great. You know, it gives more people the understanding of what others are going through, because I think it's very hard to understand that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
and they did phenomenally with that in Hellblade.
Yeah.
So I am super looking forward to that.
Yeah, I gotta say, Ninja Theory is like kind of on my list of companies right now that just kind of gets a free pass. Like whatever you do next, I'll check
Yep,
it out.
I'm playing.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Which they weren't on before, frankly.
No.
No, but they just killed it with Hellblade.
Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
so interested to see what they got. And Hellblade 2 looks great.
It does
Well,
look great.
yeah,
It seems like they found their thing with Hellblade. You know,
Yeah.
they did something unique, and if they keep going down that road, I think they're just going to do some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Do they have 3 games in development now?
They have a few. I know they have. What is it? Is it a fighting game? What is that game? The arena fighting
Yeah.
game thing. I don't know much
I
about
know what you're
it.
talking about. I forgot
Eric
the name
knows
of
all
it.
about it.
Eric's
He
would
played
totally
it and he
have it, yep.
loved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they have that for sure.
They're a small studio to have 3 games in development.
Yeah.
I wonder if Hellblade provided quite a boost in both like financial, but also other companies being interested in supporting and being
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah, I'm
don't
sure
know.
it did.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that game was a success technically, and
Yeah.
it was.
They worked on Disney Infinity. I didn't know that.
Oh, didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory kind of make everything. That's why I was really happy when they found this thing that was so unique and special to their way of storytelling. Because then that's what really puts you. It's like what we were talking about with Doom, right? Doom makes a specific type of game. FromSoft makes a specific type of game, and you expect those experiences from those studios. And it seems like Ninja Theory made a really cool, unique thing.
Yeah.
So it was
Kung
really
Fu
nice to
Chaos
hear that they're.
2003.
Yeah. It's called Bleeding Edge. Yes, Bleeding Edge is the game.
Yes.
Yes. But I am very happy to hear that they're not just doing this type of storytelling with Hellblade. They're actually making new titles with it as well.
Mhm.
So that's awesome.
Yep.
That's great. And
I'm
the
on
trailer
board.
was disturbing.
Super disturbing. Cannot wait to play it.
I wish they would make a Heavenly Sword too. I loved that game. That was an old game. Came out like PlayStation 3 launch, but I loved it.
I think someone on Twitter, because PlayStation was like, what would you like to see a PS5 remake of? And I think Heavenly Sword was one of those that they were putting up there for debate.
Yeah. That guy had the guy who played Gollum in it.
Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
It was just
Cool.
an action game, but with a cool story. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was no Kung Fu Chaos, but it was pretty good.
Oh man.
Did you guys ever play Enslaved? That's another Ninja Theory game. I never checked that one out.
No.
I never checked it out.
What is it about?
I think it was like I couldn't say. I couldn't speak to it. I remember hearing good things about it, but I never checked it out.
What
There's
is
some
it?
kids
Some kind of, like-
that have to go and get some coal because they're enslaved.
Enslaved Odyssey to the
Hey, we don't use the S word around here.
Let's see.
Childhood
Touchy
labor, my bad.
subject.
It is about slavery, so maybe I should read more because leaving it there is maybe a bit bad.
In chat, Frag says it was a retelling of Journey to the West.
Oh, okay.
It is. So yeah, it's the premium edition is Enslaved Odyssey to the West, so that checks out. It's got very positive reviews. It's on Steam. You can play it on Steam if you want to.
Yeah, it was supposed to be really good. It was just one of those games that slipped through. That's why I like a time like what we have right now. It's just a perfect time to go back and check out some of the games you really wanted to check out, but you just missed because you were busy with some other huge release when that game came out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
This looks interesting. Yeah, it's $20 on Steam for the premium edition.
Oh, nice. Not bad, not bad. Well, next episode's gonna be in February, right?
Really? Are we there already?
I think
Dear
so.
Lord.
Let me look real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure next one's
What's
February.
the 27th?
The 3rd.
So, yeah,
Yep.
the 3rd.
I gotta
One-
call my tax guy.
1 month
Yeah.
down. Tax season is upon us.
It's approaching.
2020.
You got to go through all your documents. Got to double check your lists of what you spent for your
Mhm.
business. That's always great.
Exactly. Yep.
That's an entire weekend.
That's fun times. Who doesn't? If you got Spreadsheet Simulator last week for Destiny or 2 weeks ago, then you can do it again for your taxes. Easy peasy.
Oh my god, you practiced up. It was
Yeah.
Destiny's way of preparing you for tax season. Thank you, Bungie.
Thank you, Bungie. Looking out for us, right?
Yeah, you're the best.
Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been SideQuest, DCP SideQuest, episode number 34, right?
Complete.
SideQuest complete.
That's copyrighted. Don't do that.
Oh, there it is, Burr. The concierge bell. If you want to find more of me, you can find me at Teft on Twitter, where I tweet things every now and then. I also tweet out my stream a lot. Twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. Yeah, that's me.
I Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me at Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts.
You can find me waiting in line for the pre-order of the newest iPhone.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
It's got 4 cameras.
Oh, I need those 4 cameras.
There you go.
You need a macro camera. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.